Okay, so here's the deal. Say hi to Molly. She's my garage inspector. She's out here making sure everything's safe and good to go. The next project on our plate is some railing that is going to be cut out of some 12 gauge steel. It's a panel railing, so the design will be cut out of sheet steel, reinforced with angle iron, and then built into some rails and posts, and then powder coated and put together. So let me get this table cleaned off, get everything ready to go, and then Molly is going to help me put this sheet of steel on the table. We're going to get it cut out and start making this railing. So hope you enjoy this video as we get going, right, Molly? Okay, let's go. I know that air compressor is annoying, but I just wanted to show you, I stopped the machine because if you can see that, the machine stopped cutting through the steel. And the reason for that is, these are consumables. This is what causes the super hot air gas to form. This is what forms the arc, is this copper. The computer sends a signal, I don't know what happens, blah, 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 science, science, stuff, and out of this little tiny tip, I'll kind of bring that into you. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a hole in the center. And out of that little tiny tip, blasts air, and it arcs with this little tiny tip, and that's what cuts the steel. I've got it, these are consumables, they wear out, and so I've got to replace them, and then... Okay, so after a couple of little issues we got it all cut out. We had a couple of, sometimes the consumables will arc out against the steel itself and they'll blow out. I had went to get a drink and let the machine run. Sarah was here in the shop working on the wood side, and it arced out. She had to stop the machine. So, but this is kind of what it looks like. I've got to go through now, and all these are little cutouts. So let me knock out all the cutouts and I'll show you what the panel looks like. Alright, so that's what the panel looks like straight off the cut. It's a cattail panel, as you can see, and this is just one panel in a fence. So now that the cut is done, this cut took a lot longer than other cuts because it's so delicate. There's lots of cutouts around the cattails. But what happens is, after the machine has made the cut, what we need to do is flip over the piece. Let me set you down real quick and we'll do that. So now on the back side, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'll try to show it to you real up close. But this is called dross, and it's basically what's left over after the arc. So what we've got to do is go around and clean up all of that dross so it looks just as good on one side as it does on the other. Sometimes the dross will just chip off, and sometimes it needs to be ground off. So that's the next step. Okay, so this is what it looks like after it's cleaned up a little bit. I just took a wire brush, knocked off the dross. So this panel is done, ready to be welded into a frame and then made into a railing. But I've got about 5 more of them to cut, so I'm going to get going on that. You're welcome to watch if you want. I'm going to make one more out of this sheet of steel, and then I've got to put 2 more or another sheet of steel on, and then another sheet of steel on. So yeah. So after the panel is cut out, we bring it back up on the table because it's just thin sheet metal, and we re-support it. This is 1-inch angle iron. We weld a frame around the lip of the cutout. That's what Travis is doing today.
Yep, we're just making it more rigid so that it doesn't flop around.
So Travis, would you grab one of those other panels and we'll show them kind of what happens after we make it more rigid. You can see that after the angle iron is put on, there's a lot of rigidity in the panel. So now that it's rigid, we will then go on to the next step, which is to weld it into the actual top and bottom rail of the railing. So there's one panel done. He's getting the BBs or welding splatter chipped off right now, and we'll get started on the next panel. Once we get all 6 panels done, we'll be able to build the railing from there. So now that they've all been done on the frames, Travis is doing the upper and lower rails, handrails. So when he's done, they will look like this. There's a 1-inch by 2-inch rail on top that your hand fits on very easily. And then there's one at the bottom. That helps space the panel right in the middle of the posts, and also makes it really, really sturdy so that nothing happens. So that's the next step. Once he's done with that, then we will be welding them onto the posts, and that will finish the project, and it'll be off to powder coat. Good job, Travis, on this so far.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good.
So what we've done so far is we got the panels welded in. The top and bottom handrail are now in, and we're welding them to the post. So as you can see, we are double checking. I don't know if you can see that. Let me see. Boom, baby. Perfect.
Dead on.
And our measurement is perfect down there. This is the back porch railing. So it's tacked up right now. 2 panels are. We're gonna tack up this last panel and then get it off the powder coat. And I know they'll do a good job.
Yep,
So
and then we'll install Wednesday.
We'll install Wednesday. All right. Stay tuned. So this is what it looks like all together. This is the finished rail. It's 13 feet long. We're just headed on to the trailer to get powder coated. Okay, so here we are at the powder coater, where they will be sandblasted and powder coated dark brown, and then I guess they'll be installed, eh?
Yep.
Yeah. So we're just a few days away from getting them installed and done. Okay, so the railings are on the trailer. They've been powder coated brown. They get wrapped in every conceivable blanket that I have to make sure that they don't end up getting scratched on the drive. And then we also are going to wrap it with that foam. This foam is what we wrap our products with when we have to ship them or mail them. But we're going to wrap these in foam and get it all tied down in a nice little package so that when we get up there to install tomorrow, it goes smoothly and nothing gets scratched on the way up. So we will see you in the morning, day of installation, which will be the end of this video. We'll install it, show you how we installed it and how everything went, and then that'll show you kind of what we do on the metal side of Warhammer Fab. So we'll see you in the morning. So here we are installing for the customer. You can see that there's quite a drop off. Travis is sitting right on top of the rock wall that goes to the basement. There's about a, probably 10 foot, yeah?
10, 12, yeah.
10 to 12 foot drop right there. So what he's doing is he's got the impact, the hammer drill, and he is hammering them down. He's making holes, and then we're putting these concrete anchors in, and we'll tighten them down. Once they're all done and everything's all level, we'll hose it off and get all the concrete dust off of it, and then we'll show it to you. Well, we have completed the installation of the rails up here at the customer's house. We're just doing the last step now, which is we rinsed it off, got all the concrete dust and everything off of it, and Travis is wiping it down with the towel. But this is what the back rail looks like. This is a completed rail. It sits 37 inches high to the rail, which is an inch higher than code, and we did that because there is such a drastic slope on the other side of the rail. We didn't want anybody jumping it, and I know an inch isn't enough, but hopefully that panel will give them some thoughts before they make the jump over that. Although it would be really nice to rappel off of one of the posts down the rock wall as grandkids and kids get older. But I'm gonna walk down and around, show you what it looks like from the basement view. So it sits real pretty up there. I think the customer chose a brilliant design. I think it's wonderful and beautiful. And it'll keep them safe for years to come. It is really solid in there. We'll go around to the front rail and we'll show you that one's done. Travis is up there wiping that one down right now, so I'll take you up there and show you how sturdy they really are. So here Travis is getting ready to wipe down this front rail. You can see the design. On this side, it's not as drastic of a drop off, but it'll definitely keep them safe as we walk up to show you the rail from the other side, from the sidewalk side. So this is the front side of it from the sidewalk. Front door comes right down into that 37-inch rail, and then the posts are at 42 inches, which is taller, just to give it a break up in between the panels. So the customer chose this design because I don't know, you are not going to be able to tell, but right off the edge over here from the back porch, it looks really good, but right over there on the corner of the house is some wetland habitat, and the cattails fit right in. They look beautiful, and it was a great design. So that's going to wrap this project up. We're going to be all done. Travis, you want to shake it and show how sturdy it is? No movement, and I think we're yeah, Travis could do some repelling off that if you wanted to, eh?
Easily.
Huh?
Easily.
Yeah. So we hope you enjoyed the build, to see kind of what we do on the metal side, and we hope you come back and see us on the next video, right?
Oh yeah. Stay tuned.
Yeah, the next video ought to be a fun one. It's one that Travis is looking forward to. So We hope you're having a great day, and we'll see you on the next one.